Hello everyone. Today we're going to be going over the Garmin VIRB edit software. So let's go ahead and get into it. First thing you see is the gallery and the media library. So the media library is at the bottom of your screen, as you can see down here. And this is going to be all the media that has been imported. We do have search filters, so that way we can see if we change it by month versus day, we'll have different listings. And you can also change the filters. So we can change to single lens only, or 360 only, or um, clips, photos, etc. So we have a lot of decent filtering options for the media library. So we're just going to leave it at all. Now we can see everything. Now if we go to the top, we can see the gallery, which is all the previous video projects that we've created. And we do have a nice search feature. So if you're looking for a specific file that you worked on in the past, you can easily find it. And it does work pretty well, as you can see. And you can also filter by name, and it'll just list the files alphabetically, which is nice. So we're going to go ahead and create a new video. So we're going to go ahead and click on this top left button here, create video, add a new name. We'll just name it new video, make it easy. Now we can see the media library menu item is selected, and we can go through and find which video clip we want to use. We select it, and then we drag and drop the clips to your, I would call it like a storyline. So here's our video. I like to zoom in so that way we can actually see the specific details throughout the entire 360 video. It helps a lot while you're editing. And as you can immediately see, you can see these the Metrix sensors get triggered, and they display data right above the storyline. And as you can see, there's jumps or increased speed in certain locations throughout the video. So that way you can easily track where the most action or changes in action have occurred. And that might help you out in the editing process. So as you can see, there's quite a lot of data that they display for us. So let's go ahead and take a look at the editing menu item. Here we have a few options: rotate clip 180. This is going to rotate our entire video, as well as the G-metrics, as you saw in the prompt. We're going to undo that change because we really don't want to flip our video. Let's go back into the editing. So mirror clip flips the clip horizontally, so it's pretty much just the opposite of what the rotate 180 is. Trim, so if you want to trim left and right, so let's go to the very start of the video. We don't need to look at the parking lot or me getting out of a car, so we can go to where we expect the starting point should be. So this looks like a decent starting point. So as you can see, when we trim left, it trims the entire video from the left. So now we have our correct starting point. Let's go ahead and do it with the ending point as well. So we're going to find where I stop writing and go towards the parking lot, and we can clip it from there. It seems like a good spot. So we're going to go ahead and trim right. And as you can see, now we have our beginning and ending. All looks well so far. Now let's go ahead and try the split feature out and see what it does. As you can see, the result is that it leaves you a little icon saying there is no transition in between the two clips. And now we have two clips that we can select and edit themselves. So now we can see where exactly the second clip starts. And because there's really boring information there, we're just going around in a circle real quick. Let's go ahead and increase the clip speed so that way we can get to the end clip faster. As you can see, if you increase it 8 times, the previewer can't really process it fast enough and display it to you, which is a little strange because then you don't know exactly what it looks like before exporting it. So let's go ahead and change that. Let's reduce it. Let's go back to normal. And then let's go ahead, increase it to maybe say 2 times, 200%, and see if the previewer can handle it. There we go. It's a lot better, and it seems to be fast enough for our example. So we're good with that. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Metrix data. As you can see, we have the default Metrix data that displays on the previewer, and you can click through a bunch of different templates that are automatically built into the system. Here we're just looking at the classic. As you can see, we got some information on the front. We have the actual, northwest, south, and east for the direction that we are heading. And we have a lot of other interesting layouts or overlays that we can go through. So each one is slightly different and a little unique from the others. And obviously, if you have different displays, they try to automatically fill in for you. So like a helmet display, grounded, down view, race day, etc., etc. So each one is slightly different for different situations and videos. We'll just keep on the default, and then let's take a look at the gauges. Well, let's go ahead and try the filter. See how well the filtering works. Looks like we found potentially maybe an error because the filtering, I'm not sure exactly what it's doing with COR. I'm not sure what exactly it filters on, but apparently it's not only the title, but maybe other search tags. I'm not sure. But that's okay, no big deal. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the gauges that we can look at. So here we have all the different data types that the Garmin Metrix sensors actually records, and we can filter on those specific data types. So if we want a speed, you can see we have quite a lot of different gauges. Let's go ahead and grab one of these, drag it on, see what it looks like. It looks like we got a pop-up letting us know we can create templates, our own custom ones. So So as you can see, we can drag and drop and move it around to different locations on the preview screen. We can directly select them on the preview window to modify. Let's go ahead and create a template just to test out this functionality and see if we actually, yep, there we go. So we have our new template that we just created that we can select at a later time. So let's see what other interesting gauges we can apply onto our video and see what they look like. So it looks like we can modify each one of these gauges. Let's go ahead and check out the transform on the appearance tab. As you can see, you can tilt horizontal, vertical. You can scale it, make it larger, make it smaller, and as well as rotate it. So it looks like we found another strange small bug in the software. It definitely should not be happening on the preview. A little strange, but no big deal. So not only can you adjust the scroll bars on the left side of the screen, but you can actually move around on the preview to change and transform the locations, the tilt, the scale, and the rotation directly on the preview window. So that's pretty cool that you can do that. Let's go ahead and see what type of colors we can change and how this functionality works. So it looks like we have 3 main colors, and as you can see, all the gauges that are currently on our video are updated, so that way they all match. As you can see, certain gauges are going to have the accent 1 and 2 colors in different spots, as well as the background. We've got a good amount of color selection. As you can see, the text gets automatically updated depending on the background color. So we have black or white text, so that way it's a lot easier and we don't have to worry about that. That is kind of nice of them to do that for us, as you can see. So let's go ahead and check out the data tab. Here it looks like we can actually select each individual data type. We have this drop down that looks like you can select things, but in reality it looks like we can only just cancel out or delete the information. You would think if it was a drop down that you would have a lot more options than just one. Doesn't make very much sense, but that's okay. So they might be able, maybe they're gonna update in the future, give you more options rather than just a drop down that deletes information. A little strange, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and see what happens. Oh, well, we just deleted all of our data. Let's undo that, and hopefully we can get all that information back. It was a little strange because the prompt told us that we would only lose information that is directly related to that piece of information. So that's kind of strange that everything is connected to everything, because you would think elevation would be a specific sensor and speed would be another sensor, and pitch and roll and distance, because distance would be GPS versus a sensor. So that really doesn't make any sense. That could be a bug in the software. So it's a little weird. It's a little weird. Let's see what other options we have. Jump detection, activity start time. So here we can specifically set when we actually start our action sequence. That way we don't have additional data that we don't need to be tracking. Here we have a syncing if we want to resync the video for some reason. Maybe if you imported data and manually and it was unsynced, you'd have to go back and resync it again. And then here we got the elevation, so that's similar to the action start point. So if you don't want that type of information displayed or recorded until you jump out of an airplane, maybe if you're skydiving, and then display the elevation, then you can actually do that. So we're just going to go ahead and hide the overlays for right now. Here we have all the stabilization options. We go over this in more detail with individual video clips to show how each one works in another video. I might be combining that video with this one to make a full walkthrough. Alright, hello everyone. Today we're going to be going over the Garmin Edit Stabilization, the different modes in the software. So let's just jump right into it and check out the very first one, which is the standard default mode, which is the stabilization only. Here I have a clip. On the left we have no stabilization, and then on the right we actually have the default stabilize only, which in my personal opinion is the best option if you need pure stabilization and horizontal or the horizon adjustments. As you can see, when you're walking up and down the stairs, it does a really good job. This video clip is specifically made just to test out this feature because I know that walking up and down stairs would make the most noise and vibrations and make it as unstable as possible. And as you can see, it does a very good job of stabilizing it, especially when going down the stairs. So that was a good example for the stabilization feature. Next, let's take a look at the follow path, which is an interesting stabilization mode. So for here, I'm riding a bike, and I purposely made this video specifically to test out this feature. So I am going around in a circle on a roundabout, and I'm constantly looking left and right with my helmet. So as you can see on the left, the camera moves left and right with my head and continuously does this while I go in a circle roundabout motion. But on the right side, you can actually see with a little bit of jerkiness, it follows the path of where I'm going, and which is mostly centered. So other than a little bit of jerkiness here and there, overall it does a pretty good job. So now you know what exactly to expect from the follow path feature. Next, let's take a look at the compass lock, which in my opinion really shouldn't be in the stabilization options, because really it's only used for 2D videos. So on the left is the same clip that we saw earlier, and on the right I basically just started the location pointing in a certain direction, and throughout the entire video it's just going to stay there, which is nice. But in a 360 video, the user is going to be able to move around. So this is specifically only for 2D video if you want to focus on a certain point and basically not allow the user to rotate around and actually look throughout the 360 video. And lastly, the vibration reduction option for some reason didn't really work for me in any of my test videos. I'm not sure if that was a camera problem or a software problem, but I'm going to try and make some more test videos to see if I can actually figure that out. Let's go ahead and take a look at the transitions. So here you can see that in between each clip there's a little icon that allows you to place a transition. Let's go ahead and see what exactly it looks like in the preview video. Well, I didn't really get to see that. Let's try it again real quick. Let's try hiding the Metrix data and reducing the speed. Not sure why the transition isn't being displayed, but let's go ahead and remove those just so we can see the actual transition take place, hopefully. Or not. I'm not sure why that's not working, but that could be yet another bug or issue. Let's just try it somewhere else. So let's split and try a different location and add a different transition. Let's go ahead and make multiple transitions so that way we can try each transition out and see what it looks like. Looks like we found another bug that's once you set a transition and split that clip that you lose the transition. That doesn't seem to be normal. Looks like we're finding a lot of issues so far with the Garmin edit software. Let's ignore that and just go ahead and add the transitions to all of our clips that we're splitting here. Let's make sure that we got pretty much one of each one. Then during the export process, after we export it, we can see what the final result. And there we go again. It's removed the last transition that I added yet again. All right, let's make sure that we get one of each. So that way we get in the final MP4 export, we can see what they all look like. All right, well, since we can't see our transitions, we're just going to move on. Let's go ahead and take a look at the next menu item, which is the soundtrack option. And here it looks like we just have a list of different audio files that we can actually play, as well as sample the sound. Let's go ahead and try to edit or add this soundtrack in between a transition. Seems like a good spot to start some music. So let's go ahead and try to get here. Okay, this looks good. Let's go ahead and import the track. And, well, it looks like it didn't go where I wanted it to, so let's try moving it. Well, maybe we can't set the audio to a specific location. That to me is a design flaw, if not a error. So we have found yet another error in the Garmin VIRB edit software. Looks like we're finding quite a lot. because I can't set it to a specific location, which does not make any sense whatsoever. That's okay. We'll pretend that that's what we want. Oh, that could probably help, but we'll check that out later. While recording this, I didn't have the audio on, so you can't hear what exactly what those files sound like, but you can test that out yourself. Another interesting thing that that you can see here is that you can't set the duration. You can't edit the audio clip. So basically, if you add this thrill or epic, they're always going to be the specific duration. You can't edit the duration, which makes completely no sense. So maybe that's another bug or feature that they never added. Because if I'm adding music, I want it to match exactly to what I want. If I want to match an audio clip to one of my video clips, then I should be able to edit it and make it shorter. But for some reason, I cannot. So let's go ahead and just add a bunch of soundtracks, and hopefully they don't go over by too much for my entire video. Looks like we're almost done. Let's go ahead and add maybe a 30-second clip or something like that, so that way it's close to the full amount of the entire video. And there we have it. Now we have different soundtracks that start playing at different times. Looks good to me. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the next menu item, which is the titles. Looks like we can add text to our video. We can drag it around and place it where we would like it on the preview window for our 360 video, which is pretty nice. Let's go ahead and change the text. So it looks like we have some options here. We got the size, we got the alignment, we got the font text, and we got the color, as well as we can move our text to a specific start time, which is kind of nice. Then we also have duration, 1, 5, 10, 15, 20 seconds, so we can display it for a certain length. And we also have fade in and fade out. So let's go ahead and just add another one here and see what it looks like while we're dragging it around. And it looks like it automatically rotates, so that way when you're looking at it, it will automatically be centered. So it's kind of nice. Let's go ahead and see what it looks like. So here we can see our text displaying on our video, and it should slowly fade out, and then the other text fades out. Looks like it works. So we can page through all of our text, which is kind of nice. If you don't remember where one is, you also have like a little list view right there, so you can click on the text as well. Looks like this duplicate title Basically duplicates everything but the actual text itself. So that is nice if you have something set to a specific text font, color, size, and alignment, and you just want to duplicate it nice and easily, and then just change the text. Seems like a nice option. And let's see what the map feature. Oh my goodness, what is going on? Well, it looks like good old Garmin VIRB Edit showing us a new bug. I don't know how many bugs that is by now. 5, 6, 7. I don't know. Well, I guess we'll have to take a look at the map feature another time. Maybe after I download some updates, and hopefully it fixes some of these issues. Here at the top right, you can see the share feature. So once you're completed the editing process, you can actually directly share instead of exporting and share, which is kind of nice. Here's a small example of the different lenses getting different light. It obviously is very easy to see that the direct sunlight has a big effect onto the lens and the output. Gives us a nice stitch line as well because of the overwhelming light that the front camera sensor is retrieving. That's okay. So now that we've looked at everything, let's go ahead and export our video. Here in the export area, we have a different intro and outro that we can add to our video. Let's see what these look like. So just a little intro for Garmin VIRB. Shot on a VIRB Garmin, and it looks like the intro and outro are identical. So it's pretty interesting. Nothing too fancy, but we're just going to go ahead and select both so that way we can see what it looks like. It's quite a large file, so it might take a while to export. But we'll go ahead and see what it looks like whenever it is complete. Okay, let's fast forward to the first audio change. Now let's go towards the text. The first transition. As we can see, it's a crossfade. And then we can go to the next transition, which is the slide down transition. Next, we're going to see the slide left. And we're going to see the slide right here. And last but not least, we get to see the slide up transition. So overall, as you can see, we went through the entire Garmin VIRB Edit software walkthrough tutorial. Went over a little bit of everything, so hopefully this helps you out to figure out how to use the software in the correct fashion that you want to do. All right, guys. Well, thanks again for watching the video, and until next time, you have a good one.